Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of Vely's vlog. Did you know that this is the 52nd installment of Vely's vlog? Today's vlog marks 1 year of vlogs. Kind of crazy when you think about it. And I may have been a day late on a vlog or two, but for the most part I've been able to keep a consistent schedule on releasing these weekly, despite my crazy work hours and my devotion to keeping relevant in Final Fantasy XIV. Tack on top of that the real-life struggles of living, along with trying to start up a modest streaming setup. Time sure flies. Or maybe time gets eaten up. All because I wanted to work on my backlog of games. But now I'm kind of more invested in this whole streaming gig. I'm about to do something absolutely crazy and try to commit to releasing 2 videos a day, including my vlog. So that's basically 15 videos a week, on top of everything else I'm doing. Am I absolutely crazy? Yes. But you know, if it gets me out in front of more people, and more people vibe with my message of bringing joy to people, well, maybe that means I'll be a bigger streamer. And I'll be able to bring more joy to people. And then maybe I wouldn't have to work so hard at work and convince them to give me less hours. And then I can focus more on streaming, which means I get to game more. And then everyone wins. Yay! Which honestly, I know I've been harping on this a lot lately, but work really, really sucks. Switching over to this new job has been a boon to the people at work, but it's been really bad on me. A lot of people in the district are familiar with me and know that I, quote-unquote, do good work. So they absolutely were delighted to have me transferred to the building. And I do have some sort of good work ethic, if only to hide the fact that I'm really a lazy bum and want to get away with hiding in the back offices and not doing any work. So I build up lots of brownie points so that I can get away with being on my phone and whatnot. But the amount of work to actually be done is insane at this new building. And even though I have a staff now, well, not to be really mean, but some of them are not very capable. And I would feel bad assigning all the work to the capable ones, especially since they'd see right through my act. And even if I did do that, there's so much work to do that there's no way a couple people that I assigned it to could get it done. And so, of course, the common argument for this is usually, oh boy, overtime, more money to do things with. But what people don't understand is that if you spend all your time working, what good is that extra money if you don't have the time to enjoy it? It's all about work-life balance, or something. And I definitely want to shift my work balance to as close to zero as possible. I'm not really someone that holds a lot of value on material wealth. I don't need fancy gadgets or silk sheets or 90 pairs of shoes. I just want more time to be me. And for the record, I absolutely did know someone who had 90 pairs of shoes. And she was really cool. Anyway. Being me isn't that great. You know, I was listening to a friend's stream recently, and they were talking about a holiday party that they had. Gifts, drinks, playing games with the cousins. It was a nice story. And I was thinking about my Discord community. Everyone off, spending time with their families this holiday week, celebrating Christmas, having breakfast, having parties and whatnot. And then I thought about myself. I don't have family Christmas parties. I barely have an existing family to begin with. I don't have friends who are going to invite me to their fancy Christmas parties. I don't have any friends who are going to ask me to hang out. I don't really have anyone. I have one person who I consider to be my best friend. And she doesn't watch these vlogs, I know. But she's going to be spending time with family, and our schedules are really at her mercy as to whether we hang out or not. So I'm never really going to be able to ask her to do anything, because I don't even know how closely she feels kinship towards me as I do with her. Though she does love me in her own way. And that's really it. And I know that there are going to be people who listen to this and say things like, but Vely, I thought we were friends. Or, but Vely, here's a lame excuse as to why you're wrong. and we're friends actually, or whatever. And you know what? I don't want to hear it. I really don't. If you had any inclination of being an actual friend to me, would you not make an effort to do so? And I don't really care if you come up with, but Vely, I did make an effort. See examples A through F. Real friendship is not formed by messaging someone and asking if they're doing alright. And if you have to ask why not, then maybe you should take a closer look at how you're doing with your other friends. Here's the thing. I've always been a loner. Growing up, I never had a lot of friends. Physically abused, bullied at school. And when I tried to take control of my life and make friends with everyone, well, succeeded. And I was friends with everyone. But I was also friends with no one. My life changed after I met my soulmate. My life changed after my soulmate disappeared from my life. And not a day goes by where I don't think about them. And not a day goes by where I'm not reminded of the fact that my life died that day. And this absolutely makes it hard to be friends with me. And it makes it hard for me to be friends with anyone. I see a lot of people on the internet turn to streaming as a way to make friends. But I also see a lot of people fail. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the reason why they fail. But I understand why. Everyone in the world has social connections that they form with different individuals. You're going to be closer with your mom or dad than that random stranger on the street, simply because you've been around them longer and your relationship with them is stronger than that random stranger on the street. But how does that relationship compare to, say, your dad's drinking buddies or your mom's book club? Similarly, people on the internet have their own relationships that they cultivate in their lives. They have friends and family that you, only knowing them in an online capacity, will never truly be able to integrate. Sure, there's always the chance that you hit it off and meet in real life, but how many people can say that's a thing that truly happens? With the way the world is today, more and more people are taking stock and being cautious on the internet, hiding behind the VTuber mask, protecting their personal information. It's only natural. But that shield is in truth a double-edged sword for people trying to make friends. So for someone like me, who's got no family or friends to spend for the holidays, and for someone like you, who has family and friends to spend with on the holidays, how can I ever compare? How could I ever just insert myself into your friend group and become one of the guys? The honest answer is, I can't. You, watching this vlog right now, you have friends you hang with, friends you game with, friends you'd come to in your time of need, who have your back just like you have their back. Can you truly say that I'm part of that inner circle for you? And if you truly believe the answer to that question is yes, then why don't I feel the same? Something to think about. But you know what? New year, fresh start, and I'm about to do something extremely crazy by going all out on this streaming biz. So let's end the vlog on a positive note. I hope your holidays are merry and bright. Take the time to give your friends and family an extra special hug. Cherish your loved ones, spend time with them, be grateful for the moments you have together. Eat food, drink lots, and be merry, y'all. And don't worry about me. This Christmas, I'm probably going to warm up to a nice bowl of ramen and watch some Pluribus and some movies, like The Great Flood. Tee-hee! And as always, if you liked what you heard, consider giving me a like and a subscribe. Did you know I have a Discord? We're holding a game night next week. We're going to be playing some Among Us and Marvel Rivals. Fancy yourself some fun times with some chill people? Consider checking us out. Who knows? Maybe you'll find someone you can vibe with. Maybe you'll be the one to vibe with me and I'll make a new friend. Ho ho ho! See you next week!